Human.
I thought your one question for PJ Fleck this week was absolutely outstanding.
I knew that was coming.
Do you think if and or when we have him on next year, it's going to be a when? Do you think you'll have 1.5 next year, or maybe 2?
Maybe we could combine on a second question. We could go a little one for two.
I start one and you finish it? Okay. We can call it 1.5.
There we go. Boom.
Maybe like a mini follow-up.
Yeah. It's just the
Follow-ups count.
Adorable thing that I encounter on a weekly basis, getting texted by the surrogate kid. Like, I want to join for the PJ chat. Want to join for the PJ chat. Awesome. Great. Can't wait. Comes in. One question every week. I point to him. You want another one? No, I'm good.
That's a softball point. That's a slow pitch.
Nobody better.
That's a slow pitch point right there. I got it. Don't worry about it.
Is Taylor back?
No, they play in Ottawa tomorrow.
Is she ever coming home?
We did the math. There's like a 90-day window here, and she's gone for 64 of those 90 days.
You're not even married yet. You're already doing the math on the tit-for-tat nature of the relationship. But, babe, you were gone 60 days, so I get to be gone 60 days. But, babe.
Oh, man. That means I got to start meal prepping. I got to do the whole deal, man. It's tough around these parts.
Can I share the news?
Yeah, of course.
Wow. Parker Fox starts a job today.
First job in my life.
First white collar
job,
blue collar non-hoops job in your life, right?
That's right.
It is with First Resource Bank in Minneapolis, off Washington.
That's right.
And it's for a very, very dear friend of mine, somebody with whom I'm very close, Tim Siegley, the owner of First Resource Banks, along with his son Aaron and some other family members and ancillary pieces. And you're going to love working for Tim, man.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I just like the deal that you crafted. $145,000 a year for working 25 hours a week because Uncle Tim just loves humanity. That's beautifully done.
Wow.
So what are you going to do in the banking business?
Well, I'm going to start out by learning all about credit analysis and all that kind of fun stuff. All the banking terms that I'm sure so many people know and love.
Well, you got a haircut.
I got a haircut. We got a little shave. we're not in the sweatpants today, so no, it'll be fun, man. It's exciting, and as you know, I'm a people person, and Tim is, like I've told the 9 to noon faithful. Tim's a neighbor to my parents, so we get to see Tim all the time.
Matamidi?
In Matamidi, yeah. So we see him out walking his dog Gabby and the whole bit, and he thinks it'll be perfect for me because at the end of the day, it's all about your relationships. It's about who you know, and I think that's a big part of the whole credit analysis game. So I'm excited to get in there today and start learning. It's been a while since I really learned.
Does Tim know that you call Gophers basketball games for Big Ten Network? Do you think in any way he's hiring you to angle his way to a couple of court sides for a conference game?
That's always what it is, right? It's always what it is. No, they've been big supporters of Gopher Athletics. I think last year it was their first year kind of into the NIL department with Gopher Athletics and supporting that program. And especially on the basketball side, as we know, it's all about throwing dollar amount at kids, and you got to find ways to do it. So I think they've been big helps kind of in that regard.
So did you accept this job at First Resource Bank, Minneapolis, off Washington by Chicago? Did you accept this job so potentially you and Taylor can join Tim for a Vikings game in the Medtronic Club?
That's right,
I always love that.
That's right. I'd take those sweet tickets anytime I can get them, man. Come and hang out with you. Up in the press box, the whole deal. It's the best. But no, it's good people. As you know, you guys are very, very close. And I've gotten to know him now over the years and his son Aaron. And I'm just excited about what they're doing and the direction they're going, and excited that I get to be a little part of it.
You ever notice since you stopped playing for the Golden Gophers basketball team, you subsequently have not been invited back to the private iHeart suite next to the Vox box?
I always love it.
Funny how that works.
Weird how that works, huh? It doesn't add up.
Dawson Garcia, right?
Yeah, my guy DG.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, you guys, it's like you guys had season tickets in there at one point. Now all of a sudden he goes to the NBA. You go to work with Tim Siegley, and I can't find you next to the Vox box.
What are we doing here?
I have a feeling there may be a few open seats for the final three if you want to slide in there with the nice food.
Just check your calendar.
Check your calendar.
I'll see if I'm open.
I got one coming up this week.
Bank's closed on Sunday, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is a small. It's not like big bank rigmarole.
No.
Which I think you're really, really going to like. So, hey, Covenant claps right here, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Big boy's first real job. And if you could see him here in the 651 Carpets Plus studios, your heart would palpitate like mine, in that it's like somebody heading to the bus for their first day of school. His suit's too big.
Yeah.
It's the most adorable thing that I've ever seen. I couldn't be happier for you right now.
Yeah. Do you have to get a custom cut suit?
I do.
Because I feel like you just going to stand just big and tall. I don't think that just doesn't seem like that's going to work out for you. So you have to get like custom tailored bits.
Yeah, like at Hammermade.
Yeah, Hammermade's great. Yeah, I've been lucky enough through the past couple of years. They give us they come in and fit us for suits, the whole team.
Of course they do.
So we always get one a year. I've gotten 4 of those, and then had a couple other weddings and fun stuff on the side that I've had to get suits for. And so yeah, I've got a good relationship with a tailoring company in St. Paul, and they fit us well. They fit all the Vikings too. So last time I was in there it was me and TJ Hawkinson hanging out for about an hour, and they were showing me Justin Jefferson suits, Isaiah Rodgers suits. So they do a great job for us.
Parker Fox at Parker Fox 24 via the tweet machine. Not offended if you say no. Did you happen to listen to any part of the early stages of today's radio show?
Yeah.
So you know what FINA is, Fairness in 9 to Noon Act?
Yeah. What was the FIWA, Fairness in Wolf Act?
Yeah. I mean,
brilliant.
Old guy, fat fingers, wrote, a page and a half of opening segment prose on the flight back from the slaughter in Seattle. Sat next to a dear friend of mine for about 35 minutes, chatting about lots in life. And I'm like, cool, I'll just get to the studio, 3.5 hours sleep. We're good. Plenty to talk about. Wrote for an hour and 15 minutes, went to save it, and it didn't save. And then the screen went blank, and it's 8:50. And I lost 4.5 pages of writing, including just 13 of the greatest Parker Fox related questions that I think I've ever crafted in my life. So we're shooting from the hip and or lip today. So be patient with us. Okay. So did you answer the question? Is Taylor ever coming back?
I did answer the question. She'll be back Wednesday for us to have a couple home games. But then she's back on the road as USA takes on Canada for some rivalry series in Edmonton, Canada. So she's excited to go up there. That's kind of the last stop with Team USA before the Winter Olympics occur in February. So obviously got to stay healthy. Things got to go your way.
Italy, right?
Yeah, it'll be in Milan, Italy.
Are you going to Milan?
Yeah, I'm going over there.
Well, how'd you cut that deal with First Resource Bank? You're just starting today. Are you kidding me?
That's a can't miss.
Well, that's great. You get $175 a year. You got to work 25 hours a week for the $175 from Tim Sigley. And you start with more vacation days than any of us have here at KFAN.
Well, that's how the kids do it now. Is they, as soon as they get the job, they ask for 3 weeks in vacation. That's just how the kids do it these days.
Well, props to him. He's getting it.
He is getting it.
What an opportunist. Seriously,
that's a can't miss, though.
Look, I love the Sigley family. Do not take advantage of them. You hear me?
No, nothing like that. But I'm telling you, that's a can't miss. That's a once in a lifetime experience.
Pacho Bella cara mi, vini vidi vici.
Yeah, I guess.
So is the as you approach your June wedding, right?
August
wedding. Yeah. Given Taylor's gone basically 2/3 of the year, and you're having to get 25-hour-a-week jobs at standalone banks off Washington by Chicago. Don't forget about the Moxie. Have you subscribed to the mantra? Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Oh, it's the truth, man.
Wow, how fond is your heart right now? Holy cow.
Heart's pretty fond. It's going to grow even more fond. But I think it's tough, right? But it also is good because I understand it because I did it for a long time too. So I think it takes a person that really understands what's going on.
But babe, no.
There's
some babe terrorism up in there at least once a week.
1,000%.
100%, man.
Yeah, but I think she's doing some really special things in life right now. She's
phenomenal.
Uncharted territory. So I think for me to I don't have enough of an ego to step on that. So I think it's all about supporting her and seeing what she can do with the time that God gives her to do it.
Well,
so
I missed her and Zumwinkle at Fashion Fest.
I know.
Those are my dogs at Fashion Fest. I don't know many people there and got to go up on the stage and stuff. And
home opener, man.
got no Heisey, got no Zumwinkle.
I know.
No, that wasn't the home opener. That was at Seattle, I think.
Oh, was it?
Oh, no. It was the Toronto.
21st, right?
Yeah. It was an L against Toronto.
Yeah, it was an L against Toronto.
Did we beat Seattle?
We did, 3-0. Yeah.
Hey, somebody beat Seattle.
Let's go.
3-2.
Let's go.
Ottawa, have they played them yet?
No, that'll be the third game of the season. Haven't played them yet.
What do they play? Once every 5 days?
Something like that.
Seriously?
Well, they don't have the Vikings team playing. You got to catch the commercial flights, and there was no direct flight from Seattle to Ottawa, so they had to drive up to Vancouver and then fly from Vancouver to Ottawa. So travel in a startup league isn't. You need a Caitlin Clark, I guess.
Brosmer, though.
Yeah, man.
I know you know Max. Yeah. I know you like him. I've gotten to know him quite well this season.
Yeah.
When we have said this before, but we ride the same bus from the team hotel to the stadium, and I've seen a lot of players making big spot debuts and new players and stuff like that, and quarterbacks and all that over X amount of years, and so I kind of feel like I know what to look for before the game just to see like what their demeanor is.
It's unique.
And Brosmer was the exact same yesterday, man. I mean, it's me, Spearfish, Jeff, us three on the bus. In walks Brosmer, and he's cracking jokes about his 5 years at New Hampshire and winning the musket and tattoos and things like this. And I'm like, you're nice and calm. And it's not that he was all fidgety. It's Bursich. Oh, this is something I left out with not knowing what a Google Doc is and how saving works and everything is with Brosmer. Okay, so McCarthy at times, he's a kid at a time. He's 22.
Yeah.
Brosmer's a little older. McCarthy at times won't see it quickly enough. And in the Packers game, there was a pass to Josh Oliver left flat by the sideline. That if it's just a few beats earlier, then Josh Oliver's probably rolling down the sideline from here to Wausau. So, kids are going to be kids and experience is required. So, JJ occasionally will see it too slowly. Well, the analyst, Pete Bursich, A, he's brilliant. B, he's Notre Dame raised. And C, he knows what he's looking for because he coached and or played for a decade and change in the NFL. Early in the broadcast yesterday, like after the second or third pass, he's like, this is crazy. Brosmer seeing it too quickly. It's like the processing machine was going so fast that he needs to slow down a beat. Kids at a time.
Yeah.
And he's just seeing it too quickly. And I'm like, all right, I'm not going to argue with the analyst. He knows more about it than me. Post-game press conference, Kevin O'Connell asked about Brosmer. Pretty much said the same thing. Wow. It was just processing so quickly. It was actually seeing it too quickly and needed to like pull back a little bit. It's these kids, I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I mean, give him credit for what he's done. I think PJ talks enough about him, and Greg Olson was highlighting it on the screen too about his relationship with PJ and the positive things that PJ says about him and how he just came in and was just this leader, and he understands the game at such a high level. And it didn't go the way you wanted it to go, but I saw some good things from Max. Obviously, there's some things that I'm sure he wants back. He knows he's just got to take that sack, rolling out of the pocket. It's just one you got to eat up. It's unfortunate, but I think there's a lot of things for him to learn. Who knows what the situation is moving forward.
Or maybe on the 4th and 1, we plunge up the middle or run CJ Ham or run the tush push with Brandon Powell or run the Wildcat or...
You got your big set.
You can even kick a field goal if you wanted to give it up in that spot.
Kick a field goal because the Alabama kid never misses.
It's true.
So I don't know, man.
Yeah. That's that one hurts. It definitely hurts. I think it's tough on a kid, a 24-year-old kid in Brosmer to come in and his first start on the road with the 12th man.
Yeah, let's check the tweet machine here real quick at the account we talked about last night and this morning while we were awaiting something.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, go ahead and check that and give me the thumbs up and just tell me if there is a certain announcement from a certain football team involving a certain player. And I'd like to share with you what I wrote down at 6:45 this morning regarding said situation. But
would you like me to just read the tweet itself, the post?
Here it is.
It's available.
X. It is as of 2 minutes ago.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the serious portion of the 9 to noon radio presentation. Please listen closely for Minnesota Vikings and Adam Thielen related news. Adam was a healthy scratch in the game yesterday for the first time in his career. And for more in a roundabout way on that, but kind of the what's next plan, here is the con.
A statement from General Manager Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah in relation to the team waiving wide receiver Adam Thielen. Here's Kwesi. Last week, Adam's representation approached the team and asked if we would be willing to release Adam, expressing his desire to play a bigger role in the remaining weeks of what he has indicated will be his final NFL season. Following discussions through the weekend and out of respect for Adam, we have agreed to give him the opportunity to pursue more playing time elsewhere. Adam is one of the all-time great Vikings. We wish him and his family continued success.
Okay, that's from the team. I would expect an Adam Thielen related release to transpire relatively soon,
and we will follow up on that
from AT19 himself. And yeah, there were facets of that plane ride home last night that were, I don't want to say heart wrenching. That would be too sappy. Mm-hmm. Adam is salt of the earth. Adam is, if you get to know him as well as I have during his career and his family from Detroit Lakes, he's a heartfelt human being. Mm-hmm. Genuinely cares about people. It was a tough week for Adam Thielen, and it probably was a tough week for the organization too. Now, the Vikings release said Blake Barrett's with Institute for Athletes had contacted them before the Seahawks game, saying, paraphrasing, you ain't playing him, this, that, and the other. Any thought on releasing him so he can latch on with the pit? So he can latch on with another team, maybe going to the playoffs. And then it got kind of quiet. And I understand why it got quiet, because they had a game to play Sunday. And if Thielen was not going to play in the game or play 2 plays or whatever, then it's organizationally pragmatic to watch the game and make sure everybody gets out of it alive.
Yeah.
18, 3, 1, 4, the whole thing. So they did that, and that's where we are now. And good for the team to grant a Minnesota sports legacy the opportunity to finish his career with a team that will be playoff bound. Now, Adam Thielen also has something to say via a release that's available. I believe it's at Vikings via the tweet machine. Nordo has it at his fingertips.
Yeah, and his own X account, AThielen19.
Thank you.
Here's the statement from AT19. Vikings family, thank you. This is tremendously difficult for me to write, certainly not how any of us imagined this to go. As a Minnesota native, putting on this uniform over the years and representing this community both on and off the field has always meant that much more to me. This team is in my bones. It is in my heart, and it's part of my DNA. I will always be a Minnesota Viking. Since this last spring, I knew this was going to be my last season playing in the National Football League. Given that, the Vikings allowed me the opportunity to go compete elsewhere for the last few weeks of my career. Minnesota will always be our home, and we are incredibly grateful to the Wilf family, Kwesi, KO, Rob, and everyone in the Vikings organization for bringing us back in August. This organization means the world to us from the top down, and this locker room is filled with true professionals. With gratitude and love, and I'll be back to retire. Adam.
That's beautiful. Mm-hmm. And the team did not have to do this.
No.
Chose to do it. So now now you got a pecking order here where the Tennessee Titans can claim Adam Thielen once the release and all the paperwork is done.
Yep.
And if that happens and he says no, well, that's a fat L for Team AT19. It generally doesn't work that way. I'm not saying you got handshake agreements, but like the Tennessee Titans with somebody who has 5 games and some playoff games left in their career, they ain't going to do that. No. So then you just keep going and keep going and keep going. So, when in knowing this was going to take place this morning, I started to kind of read between the lines, looking at how games went yesterday and recently and who has good records and stuff like that. and who has good quarterbacks and stuff like that. And then I'd say as we were negotiating moderate chop over Montana, at ESPN.com, a story popped about Aaron Rodgers savaging his receivers for not being on point, not watching enough. No, they're watching enough film. It's just like what they're doing is not translating. Mm-hmm. And then Calvin Austin was like, yeah, Aaron's right. I mean, we need to be more on point. So that resonated with me. An AFC North team with a Hall of Fame quarterback who got after his receivers after a loss to Buffalo. So that's where my mythical honeybee lands as to what's next for Adam Thielen. They brought him back because Jordan Addison was on a 3-game suspension. And with respect, Jordan Addison is a wild card in the whole equation on suspension or not. Mm-hmm. We got the London walkthrough bit, just the whole thing, man. So I pull for him. I like Jordan a lot. He's supremely gifted. But nevertheless, 3-game suspension, needed somebody, got some wild card. Jalen Naylor, some forget, had a busted up hand into the season. So there was a little bit of a problem there. So the Vikings needed a receiver for multiple reasons into the season, and they went and got Adam Thielen. So now Adam's skills and leadership obviously were needed at that time, and something fell off. I don't even know how to explain it, to go from X amount of plays, and then Addison's back, and Naylor's hand's fine, and well, now Thielen all of a sudden is not playing. So that precipitated and led to everything that we've heard with his representation respectfully asking the team, I mean, can you release the guy? So, his final X amount of games, maybe he can take some kind of a run. So it didn't pan out here. Barrett's contacts the team, and the team has acquiesced. It's a crazy run for AT19. Comes home, doesn't work out, gets to watch how about this? And then he gets to watch his former team go 7-6. And beat the LA Rams.
And Bryce Young throw it all over the field.
Right. And he was with Bryce when Bryce's yards per attempt was 4. And then he gradually got better. And Adam is very, very fond of Bryce Young. Yeah. And so therefore, that's all happening. Probably can't be super easy to watch that. So somebody like maybe the Steelers feels like what he offers is in what will be his final year. So maybe somebody's going to say, get on over here, learn the offense. Let's find a way to win together. Mm-hmm. And so best of luck to Adam Thielen, right?
Yeah. One of the favorite receivers I've gotten to watch, being a Vikings fan for a long time. And I think you're right. Obviously, you're around him more. I don't know him the way you know him, but seems like a true salt of the earth kind of guy, and we wish him the best.
No, Adam's great. And
we'll miss him.
We will miss him. And it's just, but this is just part of a wonky 2025. Just thinking,
you're right,
what he had provided. You see him, he eclipses a couple of years ago 1,000 yards with the fresh squad down in Charlotte, and everything's weird with Bryce Young. And then it's like, okay, well, we do have the 3-game suspension. We do have what do we have in Speedy Naylor is probably part of that conversation. So you feel good about the 4th-round pick. You feel good about some of the equity you gave to Charlotte to bring him in, and to watch that snap count precipitously decline the way it is, culminating with the healthy scratch. I mean, it just kind of feels, and it's unfair that a guy that's given Minnesota what he has over the years, that it kind of ends with a thud. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of, and in the end, it's going to be really positive. At some point, as he retires, he'll retire as a Viking. There'll be a ton of positive conversations in the future down the road. But right now, it's just kind of ending with a thud. I mean, he's moving on, definitely rooting for him with the next squad, but our team's got 4 wins. 19 didn't get to contribute much to the operation this year. It's kind of ending with a thud with Thielen. So hopefully he latches on to a spot that's going to give him a chance to go out with a couple W's under his belt.
Fairly analyzed. Yeah. Can you stick around for a short segment around the corner?
Yeah, let's do it.
Parker Fox at Parker Fox 24. Once again, the Vikings offered up a release about 10 minutes ago. Speaking of release, Adam Thielen, at his behest, that of him and his agent, Blake Barrett's, at the request of them, the Vikings have released Adam Thielen. They acquiesced to the demands or to the request. And he's going to look to sign with a team that has a good quarterback, potentially a future Hall of Fame quarterback, and is going to the postseason. So that'll all be coming down the road. I fully expect an announcement from another team later today or tomorrow as to where he's going to be playing. And I fully expect Adam Thielen to play for that team coming up this weekend, which is going to be great for Vikings fans, where I'm like, how much more can they and we take? I mean, what's next? 145 or 145 and 3 in a must-win type game, you know?
Well, we can go cheer on Adam Thielen's team, I guess.
And we will do that.
That's exactly right.
Then Adam at his Twitter feed, he wrote something out and posted it, but that's all official now. And we wish Adam well.
That's right.
We'll be right back. All right, Mr. Elite Football Mind. The last time we chatted on the radio before today was Friday at Buffalo Wild Wings Mall of America for the Friday football.
Peace.
And, just out of nowhere, killing time near the end of the show, I asked you what you thought of the Chicago Bears and Philadelphia Eagles. And I built it up by saying the dogs were barking on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Every underdog won.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you basically, paraphrasing, were like, well, Paul, it's going to be 4 for 4.
That's right.
Because not only do I like Chicago to cover that point spread, I like Chicago to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Bears went out and won the game.
Well done.
And then Thielen's former team beats the LA Rams.
Yeah.
And now Chicago's in first place in the NFC, tied with the Rams, but they have a better conference record, each team with 5 games to go.
Yeah.
Rivalries, division rivalries, fan base rivalries be damned.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way to get around saying it other than Ben Johnson has done spectacular work with the Chicago Bears. And when they were set to play the Vikings, when I was deep diving kind of the who, what, where, when, and why of how they're winning late against Cincinnati, and Caleb's running it in from 17 against the New York Football Giants. Not great teams, but they're finding the money.
Yeah.
There was a lot of the Chicago Bears that reminded me of the 2022 Minnesota Vikings when Kevin O'Connell brought the spirit back into the building and positivity and innovation and things that had just been lost in the previous year and previous X amount of years. Well, they kind of did the same thing in 2022, winning all these close games and everything. They did not finish as the 1 seed. It's tough for me to predict that the Bears will finish as the 1 seed. They have an excellent chance. They're at Lambeau Field this weekend. 325 boom. I mean, that's a spectacular game.
Yeah.
But nice tout on the Bears. And how'd you come up with that one?
I just love what they've been doing in the run game, and it hit home against this Eagles team on their home turf. Manungai goes for 22 and 130. DeAndre Swift goes for 18 and 125, and they just dominated them in the run game. Bursich was talking about it with the Vikings team, with the Skull team, is they just weren't able to get the run game going, and I think it's such an important thing across any level of football, and it's really prevalent in the NFL as well. And then you look at Philadelphia's side, Saquon only goes for 56, and he's had a tough year, and it just hasn't been the year that he had last year. But if you can dominate that run game, if you can put up a 255 from your top 2 in the running category, you're going to win football games.
I didn't get a chance to watch either of the last Wolves games.
Yeah.
Watched all of the OKC game. We talked about that Friday at the Feast.
Yep.
Your Timberwolves have won 2 consecutive.
Let's go.
They have beaten 2 consecutive teams with winning records.
Huge.
Caught San Antonio without Wemby, but that's just how it works. And Boston, it looked like that Saturday game between Jaylen Brown and Anthony Edwards and Boston and the Timberwolves. I mean, that looked like a heck of a game. It was like 117, 115, something like that. Did you get a chance to watch either of the games? And if so, what were you seeing?
Yeah, I wish I would have went to the Celtics one. I opted out kind of last minute. Kind of regretted that one.
Did you go to the Battle for the Axe?
I did not. I went pregame to Malcolm Yards, met up with a couple people.
Too snowy and cold for P-Fox?
I'm not a 3.5 hours in the snow.
That's not going to work at First Resource Bank.
I'm not going to be in the snow, I'll tell you that much.
No, but they need more tenacity, wherewithal,
toughness,
and a
mental
dedicated
toughness.
nature to mental toughness and work ethic.
No, you're right about that. You're certainly right. I opted for some games on the couch.
I got you.
But nonetheless, the Wolves have looked good. Getting wins over, teams north of 500, I think is important.
I thought they looked pretty good against OKC.
Yeah, they looked good. And this is something that I think the Wolves are really working on is, hey, where do we go in that last 5 minutes? Like, who's our leader? You look at Anthony Edwards, right? He's your guy, but at the same time, he's not really the set the offense up and facilitate and get guys in the right spot kind of guy. He's the take over the game kind of guy.
Big time.
So I think they're trying to figure that out and what that looks like. And it's good that they got some wins over north of 500 teams. And you're right, no Stephon Castle, no Wemby. So
Castle didn't play?
No, that's a you should win type of game. But nonetheless, you won the game and you move on. And now you go to New Orleans tomorrow and you try to get one down there.
How about Jaylen Brown sans Jason Tatum? I mean, and he gets a chance to spread his proverbial wings and show the totality of his overall game. Jalen's a tough sucker. I think he's been nursing and nurturing a back for a little while. Doesn't miss games. Played in a back-to-back. So Tatum is a ball dominating type player, as you know, and and he's one of the best 5 or whatever in the NBA, but he's out for the year. And for Boston, like one of my favorite players in the league, the best shot blocking guard in the league is Derek White.
Yeah,
and Derek can still block shots, and Derek's good, and Derek has good games. But he's fallen off a little bit without Tatum and Brown playing the way he's playing. So that just, it's I'm not going to call basketball the ultimate team game. There's a team facet to it for sure, connectivity. But really it comes down to the matchups late.
100%.
Late in the shot clock. Yeah. The pick and roll. We going over, we going under. Are we not repeating L's? How's the help defense? What's my size like compared to another team? So it's a team game, but you know what I mean.
100%.
Football and hockey, ultimate team games where A has to go to B to C to D to E just to get that thing to work. And I've just been, really, and I didn't see the game, but really impressed with like Jaylen Brown's overall game. Yeah. Rebounding, steals, assists. Shooting percentage can be super up and down, but he's just a dog, man. He's a tough player.
I mean, he's a super max type of guy. He deserves the money he's getting for a reason. He's a top 3 pick out of Cal. I think he's averaging about 29 a game this year. But I think you're right. It's all about matchups. And Derek White is now in a position where he's getting that secondary defender versus getting that third defender. So I think that can change some of the things. I think they're really well coached. I think Missoula does a really good job over there. They get them in the right spots. He coaches them really hard, but it's just a difference when you're the second guy versus the third guy. There's more weight you're carrying. The ball's in your hands more. You're not coming off of, drive and kick type of situations. You're creating the drive and kick situations. But Jaylen Brown, he's a supermax guy for a reason. And I think he's got a bright future ahead. Hopefully that 1-2 punch can stay in stay in Boston, and they can continue to afford them.
So about an hour ago when we had PJ Fleck on, and you guys were talking about the students and just the crowd and everything. And I'm glad you guys went down that road because, I had forgotten how barren and, how the student section just wasn't great. Probably early when PJ was here, but certainly before him. Yeah. And, watching this thing while flying to Seattle and just seeing the beauty that is a snowy football game in what PJ calls the snow globe. Those are just wonderful visuals. But the student section, again, was packed. Yeah. And every time I watch a Gophers game, it's like that. It was like that when you played basketball there and went to the games, you and Taylor and stuff. I mean, it's like the fans, whether they're 7-5 or they're winning 9 or 10, whatever it was with Tanner Morgan beating Penn State on that Saturday. The best. It's that they've embraced it and they've embraced this culture.
Yeah. I remember going in to be a student at the U, and one of my first classes was some sort of sport class, and we were researching, we were trying to figure out how do you keep students there for the second half, right? How do you got students that want to go to the game?
That's part of a class where you get an actual credit.
Yeah, it was like a sport marketing type of class. Oh. So we were working on promotions for said football game, and how do we keep students around because
that's brilliant by the university. Why pay a marketing advertising firm $1.3 million Just have the students do it and call it a credit.
The kids, man, get the young minds on it.
Brilliant.
But no,
TikTok this, Insta that.
That's right. That's what it's all
Substack
about.
this.
And we were like, how do you do it, right? Like, how do you get kids to stay versus going to Sally's Saloon and going to partying or going to house parties and the whole bit? Mm-hmm. But I think at the end of the day, it has to come from PJ Fleck and the culture that he creates. And it has to be something where you're proud of this football team. You're there for a reason. You want to be there. And I think he's really created that. So I give a lot of respect to PJ, the row the boat culture. And I think he's really built something special.
Now, I asked him, and I knew he wouldn't answer, but I wanted to play around with the bowl game.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea? Like, have there been any stories or anything like the 5 potential places?
I haven't seen anything
where they're gonna go
on it yet. I would love to know. I think, and then that's something too where they've been so successful and Gopher fans have traveled and made that some sort of a vacation of sorts. And but he's been so successful in those games as well. So I think no matter where he goes, those guys will be bought in, and hopefully it'll be somewhere nice and warm for him and Heather.
But lastly, what time do you start your first job today?
Gonna run over there right after this. So
really,
yeah, ready to rock and roll,
We're
man.
gonna change clothes, right?
Come on, I got a nice little jacket.
You got a coat?
Yeah, I got a coat jacket. I got
tie in the car,
pants on,
clip on or real?
I don't know.
On.
Come on, I'm not a clip on
bow
guy.
tie.
I'm a through and through. Tie that thing up and get ready to rock and roll.
Did Uncle Tim Siegley provide you parking in the Moxie parking lot?
Yes,
now you're popping tags. Well, I'm sure you'll be in the Medtronic Club for the Commanders game. So you're playing really fast right now, and it's great to be opposite somebody playing fast, and that would be you. And we're happy for you. We're proud of you. And we wish you the best of luck with your first day at First Resource Bank, all right?
Thank you, man. Love you.
Yep, love you too. And we'll see you soon. That's Parker Fox at Parker Fox24 via X. Our final segment of this Maniacal Monday is next.
Fan. I can't wait until tomorrow.
Here it is. The December season is on the line for a lot of kids, specifically tots. So the core 4 of KFAN shows will be at Shields in Eden Prairie tomorrow, beginning at 5:30 with the power trip through Bumper to Bumper, which begins at 3. 9 to noon tomorrow, Buffalo Wild Wings Shields goes a little like this. Columnist Lavelli Neal III will join on site at 9:15. Ben Gessling is a weekly component each and every Tuesday. He'll be there at 10. And we're going to zoom in with Kevin O'Connell at 11 o'clock. He'll be at the Vikings facility. We'll be at Shields, and we'll have X's and O's with KO.
That's sweet.
For Nordo, I'm Paul Allen. Thank you very much for listening to this impromptu, serendipitous Wing It Monday. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And it's time for Big Daddy Con to put a wrap on the show. Bye.
Good stuff.
The game is over.
Now, what did I do wrong?
Okay. What a day with the host off script. Control Z, not in play, all the notes of the clip to 3 hours of mostly shooting from the lips and taking you on a couple of verbal road trips. Like Ryan Kelly's hip, his team hurts. Whole squad chucking their lunch down the front of their shirts. Shutout for the first time in 18 years. Rubes left dropping tears in their respective beers. I'm selling my tickets and fire Quasey. These arguments and critiques feeling true prima facie. Same results with a different kid QB. Fancy 4th and 1s, wishing for runs from KOC. Now tomorrow at Shields, fill the lots. And I know the squad's down. This is about toys for tots. Contribute a gift if able and shake hands with a Marine. Come up to PNI and belt out. How about them Queens?
We love the Vikings!
Podcast today's Paul Allen Show, or listen back to previous show and interviews by going to the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.